Alright, hello and welcome back to Let's Play yet another no-name MAME game. Today's no-name MAME game is of course Viper Phase 1, and this is what it's all about, folks. A game you've absolutely never heard of, but as soon as you fire it up, you know exactly that you want to play the heck out of this game. That's what Viper Phase 1 is. And come on, how often do you get a chance to run an exclusively German version of a game? So, let's jump right in. So, I mean, if you haven't guessed by now, it's a vertical shoot 'em up, but one, check out the animation. It's really fluid. Yeah, you're using pre-rendered graphics, but when it's this fluid, you're using pre-rendered graphics right. And also, looking at the enemies, they're just exploding left and right. So we've turned on auto-fire, and I mean, this is what it's all about in shoot-em-ups. Popcorn enemies, where you hit them once and they explode. I feel like that's really the way shoot-em-up should go. And I mean, the game is of course counteracting that by trying to throw as many guys at you as possible, and then a couple of bullet patterns. Nothing too terribly difficult so far, but you know the thing about shoot-em-ups, they get harder as you go along. Oh my god, look at that spread shot. This game is amazing. Oh, but we've got the cycling little guy who just cycles your sub-weapons. Thanks, I really wanted the laser over the giant white beam that destroys everything on screen. But no, you're good too, laser. You're good for blasting through the popcorn enemies I can already destroy with one hit. I hate these stupid, like, weapon cycler things, because it's like, one, you don't know what you're gonna get in the beginning anyway when you're just jumping in. And then, like, once you do get it, you're always dissatisfied. I'm hoping it's W for beam that destroys everything on screen, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to work my way to it. N. What can N even be? There we go. Now we're rocking in style. Just in time to see the boss, who is immune to my giant white beams. Oh god, these things are amazing. I can't even see what I'm hitting half the time. This is the best. Oh, and of course, we've got a bomb with B. Pretty impressive stuff. I mean, checking out that bomb. The explosion itself is half the screen. Oh, and I guess that was a boss. Psh, who notices bosses when you've got bombs? That being said, if you are true and blue, dyed-in-the-wall shoot-em-up man, you would not use bombs on bosses. What have I done? Oh, it's giving us more bombs already? And I'm tapping auto-fire. Old habits are hard to break. You haven't heard it so much, but the music is pretty top-notch too. I don't know where this game came from or where it was, but I want more of it. And also too, I mean, it's really breaking you into the difficulty quite easily, or it's easy. One or the other. I mean, that's actually kind of rare in shoot-em-ups. Like, a lot of the time, they try to, like, nail you. I mean, sure, they make the first level easy-esque, but they usually nail you by halfway through or towards the end of it, but this one evidently forgot to. Yeah, forgot to make it harder. Not hard at all. Jeez. As I say that, it gets harder, but, I mean, still, it's very much manageable. In fact, I'm beginning to wonder if this predates Bullet Hell. Just because it doesn't seem like any of the patterns are really trying to cover the screen. I mean, sure they're sending patterns of bullets at you, and sure it's a little teensy bit hard to dodge, let's see what N is, but... Ooh, N for Nova missiles. Oh, it says on the top of the screen, napalm. Totally. That's what napalm looks like in real life, kids. A bunch of missiles. But, I mean, the bullet patterns, they're definitely there, but they're nowhere near, like, the whole screen. Of course, you always gotta make sure you don't work yourself into a hole, kids. Always leave yourself some breathing room. Ay, ay, ay. Also, extra lives are a bonus. You should have those. Man, I'm even a little glad to see my old useless pal, the laser. As happy as he is, but what can you do? Oh, one-hit kill enemies, I love you, even if you are all the way on the screen and completely. I thought I dodged that. Of course, you could probably say that for any shot on screen, but still, I thought I dodged that. And now they're coming from behind? Come on. Well, just in case you were very worried about that point, yes, the game does get a little harder. At the very least, a little harder. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna get pretty hard. Although, yeah, I mean, what? That's 1 credit so far, and we're already on stage 2? This game has to be luring you in. There's got to be a bait and switch somewhere. It's gonna get into the hardest game sooner or later, so don't get too comfortable. Or maybe it's like something like 1944, the Loop Master, where there were like 27,000 stages, and after a while it just kind of looped. It's called 1944, the Loop Master. Why are you so surprised that it loops? But yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, this boss is completely different from the last boss, I think. I don't really remember the last boss. This is what I remember the last boss. I can't believe it lets you bomb in the game over screen. Did anyone check and see if I lost bonus points because I did that? Ooh, and now we're just starting to get like Galaga enemies that just like kind of suicide dive you. In fact, I feel like they're going faster than the bullets. Oh man, it's not the bullets you should be watching out for, it's the ships. All those sons of guns. Whoa! Alright, jeez. Because the trick is, you can't go to the bottom of the screen, or you're dead. You can't stay in the middle, or you're dead. You gotta find that sweet spot between the end of the screen and the bad guys coming at you. So, it's a little trick. God, auto-fire. It just doesn't feel right. Alright. And you're on. Still on there. I don't know, sometimes, oh, it's cave games, that's why. It's like you hold down the button, you tap the button, and you just kind of alternate the rhythm. And you just get into this kind of way of doing things that it's like, you play any other game and you just can't do it. I mean, I do like that aspect of cave games where it's like, you're never really doing the same thing control-wise. Like, you're always kind of alternating between something or other. And I mean, no one really measures boredom or interest by, like, literally what kind of button presses they're doing, but it's a nice touch, and it definitely spices things up. This game, however, no, straight auto-fire all the way. Although it lets you feel free to play it, press the auto-fire no matter how you do it. Gosh, we got like a nice space opera sound going on in the background. You know, I gotta say, I mean, a lot of shoot-'em-ups, they look really awesome, but then you play it and hard as nails, and they stab you twice as hard. But you're playing this game, and I mean, it's not easy, I guess, but it's very, very forgiving relative to like every other shoot-'em-up I've played. Hey, but I mean, this would be a nice. Oh, you can't mix and match bonus power-ups? I feel so gypped, and yet not. But I mean, this would be like a nice game to just kind of cut your teeth on. Especially, too, because it looks awesome. I mean, if you weren't paying too much attention, you'd feel like you were playing any other awesome, cool shoot-'em-up that you've heard of. It's just with this game, I mean, it's a little easier. But that's okay. Sometimes the world needs easy games. You can't have every game be hard, then everybody gets into like a giant arms race of like, who's the hardest? And then eventually games that like were later one-upped are just kind of left behind. I mean, if that's all your game has as a gimmick, that it's the hardest so far, then prepare for disappointment. That being... Whoa. Well, that being said, that didn't happen. But that being said, I mean, most games don't rely on just being hard. They kind of add in, like, nice, great visuals just to kind of keep you playing along. Keep you not minding the hard. You ever play Metal Slug 3? That is a hard game, but at the same time, I mean, it's very beautiful, very fluid play. You can't help but play it and love it. That's right, boss, I can hit you from anywhere. Well, looks like we're going for the Loop Master sort of feel, but, I mean, no end in sight. At least Loop Master told you, like, how many more stages. Oh, jeez. This game does not relent. I mean, like, my bonuses had barely been calculated, and already it's into the next stage. You know, I read a review once of Thunder Force 4, where, like, the reviewer was just kind of impressed by, like, the hardcoreness of the game. Like, it was so hardcore, as soon as you finished one stage, it goes right into another. And I don't know, I played the game, and it didn't super seem like that was the case, but I mean, this game, I mean, not even done looking at the bonus screen, and already I've got another guy just trying to suicide dive me. You better watch out or this game is gonna get too hard if you're not paying attention. And again, I should probably reiterate this over and over again, but I mean, the game's not that easy. Again, this is only easy relative to every other game I've played. It doesn't make it easy. I mean, that sounds like it would make it easy, but trust me, shoot 'em up, sir. Pretty insane. And now we're starting to get a hint of how things could get pretty hard. Of course, this being the era before Bullet Hell, your ship's kind of big as a hockey puck. No, not big as a hockey puck, even bigger, big as a hockey rink, let's say. So, you saw those guys shooting out the waves of bullets. Yeah, your ship's probably not going to be able to fit through them. Trying a little lift dodging there, but not going to happen. That's the sad downside of, like, times before Bullet Hell. People didn't quite realize that if your ship's too big, you can't dodge at all. Wow. Oh my god, they're just, like, trying... Because I feel like the bullets kind of lead you in one way, and then there's, like, that one ship at the right place at the right time trying to nail you from behind. Ooh, now the bullets have changed colors. That's actually a rather subtle point in shoot-em-ups. Like, the color of the bullets. I mean, you might look at, like, the bright blue bullets of, like, cave shooters and whatnot and think, oh, how unrealistic, how undesirable, but in actuality, I mean, Bullet Hell, you want to see every single shot that's coming at you. Like, oh god, it's Battle Garega or something? And that game, the bullets are semi-realistic in that they're all kind of a drab sort of tracer round, just flying straight at you. That game, not only is it, like, insanely hard to play, actually, if you could see all the bullets, but you can't even see all the bullets, so it gets twice as hard. Of course, that game also had a crazy rank system, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, jeez. Yeah, now they're getting into the guys that shoot the big globs of bullets at me, and... Dang, can't stop shooting or else I'm gonna get shot. It's always sad to see a good friend go. Goodbye, spread shot. Or wide shot. Maybe we meet again. Soon. Very soon, actually. In fact, can I have your number? I want to contact you right away. Weird. I feel like the game was getting harder for a second there, but it seems to have backed off a little. Maybe the game is just very considerate. It's like, well, we've been giving him a lot of hard patterns. Oh, wide shot, how I've missed you. But the game is like, yeah, we've been giving him a bit of hard patterns. Let's cut it out for a second there. Oh, gosh. That's extra super mean. Just because you look at the way those guys are shooting out that time, and it's like, to dodge the one, you have to get into the path of the other. They're tricky. Tricky berries. It's always disappointing. Oh, come on. Invincibility. Alright, let's count. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. 5 seconds to look at your bonuses, bask in your glory, and 3 seconds to dodge the guy just ballsing at you. Oh, well that's nice. The special weapons aren't on a timer or anything, they just kind of like hang around. course, given all the enemies coming at me, they're not gonna last too long, but, I don't know, I mean, I kind of thought the beginning of this game would just kind of, like, add some sort of extra kick or extra little bit, or maybe even get harder, like, significantly harder, not just kind of nicely increment up. I mean, if you were playing just to be kind of like a noob, and then, well, not noob, that has very negative connotations, but if you were training yourself from the beginning there, then this would actually be a really nice game, just because the difficulty, it increases as you go along, but it kind of increases linearly. Whereas, like, a lot of shoot-'em-ups kind of tend to be easy or / manageable first level, and then halfway through the second level, all hell breaks loose, and then the game gets as hard as it's gonna get. And then afterwards, it gets even harder, paradoxically, and it, like, doubles in difficulty or whatever. And it's not quite as ridiculous a drop as gain from first level to second level, but it's definitely omnipresent. So, whereas this game, it's kind of like first level, second level, third level, fourth level, fifth level. The difficulty changes, like, so slowly. The levels all kind of feel the same. Which, I mean, if you were training yourself, that would be amazing. Because you'd, like, play through the game and you get, like, better, and at the end you'd be like, oh man, am I better yet? You play another game and you just ace through it and you're like, dang, I'm the master at this. But, yeah. As far as, like, if you were an aficionado or something, you, like, played every game from here to Timbuktu, I mean, might be interesting to play a little bit just to kind of see the graphics and see, like, the sounds and kind of experience the experience once or twice, but then you'll die a couple times, because honestly, shoot-'em-ups, a lot of the experience just comes from knowing what comes next. It always happens, what I'm talking about, happens right before me. Oh jeez, if there's asteroids in the background, can they hurt me? I hope not. But I mean, yeah, you play in the beginning and, like, easy game, yeah, but you still need to memorize it if you want to do it perfectly, but still, I mean, it's, you play it, if you were a super expert, I mean, you'd be playing this, and you'd be looking at it, you'd be listening to it, and you'd be like, that's cool, no, I'm not gonna play this to death. I mean, it's like the kind of game where if it's like, you see it in an arcade, you're like, yeah, sure, I'll play that, but then you, like, actually, if you had one at home, then you wouldn't play it so much. What are we on, like, stage 7 or something? Well, I might stand corrected. This game is starting to get something resembling difficult. Oh, maybe that doesn't really help it. Like, the kind of bonus weapons that kind of zoom in for a little bit and then, like, leave. Just because you can't ever, like, permanently make your firepower, well, I don't know, it always kind of makes it a game where it's like, if you want to do optimal, you have to manage your power-ups perfectly, and, I mean, that's a nice little way of challenge, but I feel like, honestly, shoot-'em-ups should all be about skill, and not necessarily luck or ability to manage rank or anything. It should just be about, can you dodge the bullets coming at you and shoot the stuff that's coming at you as well. And I guess that's maybe kind of a bit super pure kind of view, but, yeah, what the heck. Oh man, dig that parallax scrolling. They did not have that in the 80s. Of course. Watch this game be made like 89. That would actually be very inconceivable. 89, yeah, this is like sort of the beginning of the Genesis, and that's like, can't imagine the Genesis. Like, one, even playing a game this good, or two, having an arcade port that looks this good. I mean, this game, alright, I'll say it has all the trappings of like any other good shoot-'em-up game. It's just not quite the same feel. Although, yeah, I am a little sad to say, like, a couple stages in, and yeah, okay, they're going for more of the samey 1944 Loot Master sort of feel, rather than, like, kind of a cave shmup, where it's like, 5 levels, but 5 levels. They mean something. This, it's kind of like, yeah, 20 levels, take it or leave it, I guess. Nice ramp up in difficulty, dang. Because, yeah, it's not so much the difficulty of one pattern. And it's like, you add two, and it's like, now you're getting someplace, but it's like, you start adding in surprises and stuff, and that's kind of what it's all about. Oh, well, that's actually not Skull. That wasn't a boss. Really? Oh my god. Well, I'm glad I have auto-fire and that I can just hold down the button to auto-fire. More explosions on screen than I have points. That's pretty great. Oh my god, how am I supposed to dodge that? Just gotta hide in the corner. Like a scared little cat. Wow, that's... dang. Because it's like, there's no way you can work your way from one side to the other. And now they trapped me. But, yeah, wow, you just kind of work you to one side and then they trap you there. Although, I mean, you kind of saw, it's like I won the power-up roulette, but if I hadn't done that, this would be a lot harder. Well, okay, it's still pretty hard, but... hope you're kind of seeing where, like, power-ups come into play and how they could possibly be annoying. Is that stage 6 or stage 5? I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but... whoa, hey, hey. That's uncool. I always hate it. It's like, are you paying attention? Well, no, then put in a quarter, sucker, because you're dead. Although, I mean, the enemies are sort of similar-esque, although it's kind of like, just like the difficulty slowly ramping up, it's slowly changing around the enemies. Like, we don't have those initial popcorn guys anymore. Now we got different popcorn guys, but hey, popcorn guys are nice. And the backgrounds have definitely been changing. Gone from space to space to a space station to space. Okay, that sounds sarcastic, but no, they really have been changing. Actually, I'm not even sure what this is. It's actually really difficult because I have to dodge all of the shots, but at the same time, I have to enjoy the background as much as possible. I take it back. This is actually the most difficult game in existence, just because you have to enjoy it as much as possible while simultaneously stuff. Those bomb delays, they'll kill you every time. I mean, developers don't want you to be able to bomb at any time. You'll be able to save yourself anytime you want it. So they put the bombs on a delay. It's usually not a problem. Okay, it's always a problem because you see that little bullet coming straight at you and you press the button and no bomb. You're dead. But if you had anticipated and like wussed out, well, if you can stomach that cool wussing out, then yeah, that's the way to do it, I guess. Oh my god, because it's like you see the main background and it's all covered by a green tint, but then you see the little openings and you can see the real color, and wow, just the layering is really impressive. How can this game look so good, but I've never heard of it ever anywhere? And the music's not too shabby either. Granted, I wouldn't say it's like in the running for best shoot 'em up ever, but I mean, like, shoot 'em up worth playing? Yeah, sure. I mean, not necessarily playing, experiencing. Like, you've ever played a game just to, like, take in the sights, take in the sounds, just get a feel, get a sense for what it is that makes the game tick. That's what this would be about, experiencing it. Just kind of like close your eyes and rock out to the music a little bit. Oh wow, can't even see him rocking out so hard. Ooh, damn. Check out the plasma effect. I mean, I guess it's not so wow. It's like a lava lamp gun. Wow. I didn't think it would be changing colors this much. I thought it would be a bit more like the bomb, just kind of how... Oh yeah, because the bomb's just kind of a repeated thing. But that was like a changing colors, psychedelic, man. I'm actually a little sad that I used the bomb, because I kind of wanted to enjoy the thing. Wow. I mean, like, not only does it change from one level to the next really quickly, it always sends in a guy to make sure you're still awake. Wow, 2 audio channels? I feel like I've heard this song before, but I also feel like it's so awesome. I don't even mind. I'm just happy. It's like the 90s, just distilled into one awesome game. I mean, as far as like everything else, this game is amazing. As far as like actual gameplay, it's a teensy bit lacking. I mean, ultimately, like, it does really benefit a shoot 'em up to be like hard as nails. Just because then it becomes a challenge. It becomes something in addition to be something to experience as an artistic life. But you play... Actually, I will say this does have a leg up on 1944, the Loot Master. The music isn't repeating at all. In fact, it's only getting more and more better orchestrated. Wow, those guys are coming in too fast. Oh, these stupid bombs, they kind of lame you into the bottom. It's kind of like in Street Fighter Alpha 1, 2, and 3, when you beat somebody who's blocking, then you get a little cheese symbol. Yeah. Is that a giant space shuttle? Oh gosh, follow the giant laser shot path, destroy the missile. Yeah, I was just gonna hang around here, but well, now that you tell me to destroy it, it's like, what'd you think I was gonna do? In fact, if I let off the shotgun, if I let off the shot button, I'm gonna die. Well, I will give it credit, because I mean, usually for some games that would be... Wait, is it a missile or a space shuttle? I'm a little unclear on this point. But I mean, other games, like, you'd see that missile, and it's like, well, that's the end level boss, happy fun time. But this game, well, in addition to giving you a pretty hard to dodge pattern, that's taking the boxing gloves off. Oh yeah, it didn't make the missile the final boss. Well, it was kind of the space shuttle, which I guess was part of the missile, but... Oh, well. I was gonna say, this next stage's music is pretty awesome. No thank you. I don't think I will. But yeah, that was Viper Phase 1. What? Oh god, it looped? Oh. Well. And I mean, yeah, for all I was saying that it wasn't so hard of a game, well, it probably is harder the second loop around, but, I mean, I just couldn't stop playing it. And I mean, that might be half because the game literally does not let you stop playing it. I mean, 5 seconds It gives you a 5-second breather every time you beat a level, and then bam, you better dodge the guy coming straight at you or else you're dead. And put in a quarter. But, I mean, it's not too often that it's like you play a game and it's like, you can't get bored playing it. It's like you have to play it all the way through. That's it. Money be darned, you've got to beat it. It's not too often that you play a game like even now. I mean, I just can't stop dodging the bullets. And I mean, I feel like, yeah, they are. This is definitely harder than how it was the last time. I wonder if it's even going to say level like 8 or something. But yeah, it's not too often that you play a game that just will not let you stop playing it. Also, this is a Hippodrome. Hippodrome. That game, like, it always felt nice and possible. Like, it felt like if you paid a bit more attention, you'd do a bit better. And I guess it's kind of the same thing like this. I mean, I'm saying it's not so hard, but maybe that's just because it's not full cow difficult. Like, it kind of feels like if you had just paid more attention, just done things a little more smartly, then you'd be twice where you were now. Alright, I've got to call this quits. Hands off the controller, that's that. Otherwise, I'll be, like, stuck here for another half hour playing through the game again. Let's just cut right down. Autofire has another use. Oh gosh, it saved everything, huh? Nice, simple, to the point, name entry screen. Game doesn't disappoint, even on this little subtle detail. And I mean, you boot up the game and you start seeing like pre-rendered graphics like this, and like normally you'd start to be worried, but you see the gameplay and you realize, nope, no pre-rendered malarkey here. It's all good. Oh gosh, stage like what, 4 or 5? All too familiar. So ultimately, it's not necessarily a game to be played, but a game whose experience is meant to be enjoyed. How does that sound? Nice little sum up? Even now, I mean, it's just so mesmerizing to watch. This is a pretty amazing game. Well, I guess my game's a little strong. This is an amazing work of art. Well, oh gosh, can't even end it. Well, on that note, this cat's got a scale. What, stage 2? Did they really build the loop into it? Oh, that's a little too frightening. Can you imagine 9 loops or something in this game? That would put 1944 the Loop Master to shame. Well, on that note, this cat's got a scat.